G'day, it's AJ. Got a question for you. Are you suffering from brain fog? Do you find it really hard to focus and to get clarity of thought these days? Do you find that you are experiencing brain fog, cloudiness, that your short-term memory seems to keep escaping you, and every time you're trying to think of something, it feels like you have too many tabs open in your head? Well, you're not alone. You and most of the population, as in at least 40% of people these days, are experiencing some form of brain fog and a lack of clarity because their brain is in overwhelm. One of the contributing factors to this is poor sleep. And we hear lots of things, there's Arianna Huffington's book about sleep. There's lots of research and studies. Most wellness books and magazines and podcasts today are talking about the value of sleep. And yet most of us are still not getting quality sleep, even though we know all the research and what's going on. But what exactly is happening? So when we go to sleep at night, if we're not getting a full enough, a deep enough sleep for long enough, if we're not getting a good 7-8 hours, and it's not about the numbers, but it's about the depth of sleep you get, the uninterrupted sleep, then the brain can't do its normal scan and cleansing. Because each night, the brain almost like washes itself out of cell debris. It clarifies, it clears, it removes all of the stuck energy and cellular debris. And so essentially, if we're not getting good sleep, we're building up brain poo in our head. And so that's why it's thick. That's why it's hard to wade through. It's why we lack clarity. As a leader, it's so imperative that you can make clear decisions and that you have sufficient memory to understand and to strategize and to know what's going on, to see the things in your world and to really think clearly. And so what we need to do is go to bed earlier. We hear that, and that might be tough, but it might be at least starting to shut down your body system earlier. So stopping the blue screens, no more TV, laptops, iPhones late at night. For a good hour or two before we go to sleep, we should be minimizing the amount of blue screen. One of the things I love about living out here in the country is it actually does get quite dark early on, much darker than it does in the city, because I don't have that pollution that comes from lights on buildings and fluorescent lights. And so I'm able to much better control my environment. I've noticed how much deeper and how much cleaner my sleep is out here, less interrupted. I wake up feeling rested, not tired. So how do you sleep? Do you go to bed and have a fitful night? Do you find you wake up a lot? Are you able to drop into a deep sleep really well? And can you wake up without an alarm? Or do you need something to jolt you back into reality? And then what do? Do you listen to the news? Do you pick up your phone? Instead, could you think about starting to instill some better sleep habits to allow the body and the brain to do this cleanse every night so that when you then move into your day, you can think clearly, strategically, and with a calm approach. In actual fact, this lack of sleep completely affects our biochemistry of our entire body system. It throws it all out of whack. It pumps cortisol back into your body, which is more likely to create pre-diabetes, more likely for us to put on weight, have even more stress on our body because the body is unable to process. So what could you do to build some better sleep habits? It will change your whole life. If you did nothing else as a leader but got a better sleep, imagine how that could make you even greater. Food for thought.